Hi, Stitch.
Hi.
Welcome to the Pattern Queens, episode number 25. Today is Sunday, April 12th, and it's Easter.
Easter.
Woo. So, happy Easter, everyone. And this is a channel about cross stitch
And friendship and rambles and random ideas.
and shenanigans, too.
Shenanigans. Always shenanigans.
Yeah. I'm Laura.
And I'm Keisha.
And today I am Mamacita.
I am Black Coffee Mug.
Okay,
but it's for tea today.
There we go. I can't pick it up without taking a drink, so I need to just leave it there.
It's okay. We drank in unison. It's fine.
I was going to say right off, there was a post on Facebook that I saw about a week or so ago, and it invited people to go outside at 10 a.m. and sing Amazing Grace.
Mm-hmm.
So that kept stewing around in my brain, and it just would get in there. And so this morning I got up and I went outside and I sang Amazing Grace, and it was raining when I started, and Pio was down around my feet, going crazy. And by the time I finished, the sun had come out and the birds were singing.
Awesome.
So I thought it was really cool, and it was fun. But I don't sing much anymore because I have nodes, and so it like gets in there and makes me it'll get me make my throat scratchy and make me cough a lot of the time. I made it through with no coughing, but I had some of the weird eye stuff going on because it really gets there.
Right. Well, I did never sing to begin with, so you already got a leg up on me.
Our friend Cindy Rush she commented on my video and she said, I was singing along with you. The dogs were wondering what I was doing. And Katie Landis got up and let me know just how displeased she was that I was singing outside on the porch. But I've been telling her all week, so
right.
Yeah. That shows you that she doesn't listen.
Yeah, no, I was laying in bed watching your live videos when I was
That's funny. So, I don't know what I was going to say next. I'm like,
I don't know.
Off. Well, welcome to our crazy video, and
we promised rambles.
Yeah, so we'll get there. Hey, let's jump in here.
All right.
Well, actually, I'm going to ask you, is there baby news this week? Because I have to ask every week.
Right. Well, no real baby news. We had a checkup, and he's measuring right on time, so that's good news. And he kept me up most of last night, so that's why I was laying in bed at 10 o'clock watching your live video instead of being up and around.
Oh, well, I stayed up a little late, as you know, working on my project. So we'll see that in a little bit. But okay, to jump right in here, I know that I don't have any finishes, but you...
I do. Which is exciting because I haven't really had a finish in a while. And I actually have two to show. Well, let's get to it. My first was kind of a big one. And I'll show you more of what I worked on this week later on. But I've been doing Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, as people who've watched before kind of know that we're both doing Hawk Run Hollows. And I finished January.
Oh,
so
I love that.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. It was definitely kind of finicky because you can see like all these little like diamonds that are just 4 stitches. Just like starting those and then tying them off and then starting it again. But I think it's really pretty. So I was really excited. That's the first block that I finished on this thing. So
well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now my fabric is dark enough that I can carry that all over the place.
Right. And mine is very light. Right. Well, it doesn't matter as long as you're having fun, right? And you can't see it in the finish.
What fabric are you using on it again?
Oh,
remember?
I can't remember. I'll have to let you know later on because I have my the tag that came on it in the in the living room, so I'm not really
okay.
sure I'll have it in here. So, but it's a 40 count, and it's just like a light. I think it's a Zweigert, but I'm not. Yeah, it's a Zweigert because it has that orange on the edge.
Oh, there you go.
But I'm
Tip.
not really sure which one it is. And then the other one, you guys didn't even know that I started this one because I started it and we didn't do a video last week. But I did Be Well from Ink Circles. It's the Be Well and Stitch freebie from Ink Circles.
It's so cute.
And I stitched this on the last fabric of the month that I got from Color and Cotton, which is Celeste, which is a really pretty light blue. And there it is.
Oh, it's so cute and it looks so springy.
Yeah, it was a really fun one, and this is just all of the called for colors. It's charted all in DMC, so it was a really fun one to stitch.
It's adorable.
Yeah, I really liked that. But anyway, that's what I finished this week,
Awesome.
or the past couple weeks, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, and last week the problem was that we had our Google was out, and so I had no internet. And when I made the video last week, I was seriously sitting in front of Starbucks. At, I was trying to get this in a better spot. There you go. Maybe I'll just turn that one off because it's a pain. There we go. I was seriously sitting in front of Starbucks and just trying to sit there long enough to make a video and upload it.
Right.
And I'm like, come on, upload. So anyway, that was okay. Okay, and I did not get any stash this week.
All right, I got a little bit of stash. I didn't bring it to show you because it's not really that exciting. I just got the rest of the DMC that I needed for Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow, because I had originally bought just the what I needed for January, and Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow has a ton of colors.
Yes.
And so I just bought for January, and then we got to February, and I just didn't buy it. Got to March, didn't buy it. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and order everything I need to finish this up. That's what I did.
Cool. Okay, whips. You want to talk whips?
Sure. So there's Hawk Run Hollow, which I showed you. I worked a good bit on January, but I also put in a little bit more on February. I finished this little peacock here and started this house, which I might end up having to take out the house because I counted wrong on the peacock, and then I used the peacock to count down to the house, which is making the house one over because I miscounted on the peacock. So I might have to frog what I've done of the house and then just see how that kind of lines up with the peacock, and depending on how it looks, I might just frog the rest of it. But that's okay. The frog likes this piece, is what I've decided. And then it's April now, so we started a new block on it. So this is the block that I'm stitching for April.
Woohoo!
It's the Lara block because it has a reindeer on it. And I didn't get to the reindeer. I had a really interesting time stitching on Thursday. And I don't even know if you can really see it. Can you see the snow?
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, so I stitched on those little snowflakes that you see there. And basically, I have like a couple more to stitch right here. And then it's mirrored on the other side. And stitching with white on this fabric is not the most fun thing in the world. So
I'll remember that when I stitch this project.
Right. But you almost have to get a light colored fabric for this because there's a lot of places where the snow is not stitched, like on the ground. It's just stitched in little patches of white. So you have to have almost a light colored piece of fabric so that it kind of blends in with the snow. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. And then I started, a few days ago. I can't remember when I started this. But I've been all about the Be Well and Stitch freebies lately because they're just so much fun. So I'm working on this one. It's from Tiny Modernist, and it says Home Stitch Home.
It's really cute.
Yeah, I really like this one. I like almost everything that Tiny Modernist puts out. And as you'll see, well, this is also on that same piece of Celeste. I basically just flipped over my piece and started stitching on it.
Okay, Chelsea.
Well, why not? And as you can see, none of the called for colors at all.
So cute.
Thank you.
What count is that fabric?
This is 28, but it's still itty bitty.
Yes.
So that's about half of it. I still have the words to put in, and a little bit more stitching to do on the house, but I'm pretty well halfway finished with this one. And all calls for DMC, but I just kind of brought out my stash of overdyes, which isn't that big. But I picked some colors that I thought would look good together, and it ended up just being a really Eastery, springy palette. And it made me think of you because I was stitching this purple house.
I have a bunch of little packs. Like I bought random packs from Silks for You.
Mm-hmm.
And not only do they send you the skein of dinky dyes that you're getting, but they also send a mini package with it that has several itty bitty links.
Fun.
So that would be kind of a fun thing to get into and use.
Yeah, because a lot of the freebies are pretty small, and so yeah, that would be a great way to use up that floss. Because these are just like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, and get to use silk.
Oh yeah, I've still never stitched with silk. I'm gonna have to do that one of these days.
Do you have any in your stash?
Yes, I do. I have one skein of Gloriana silk that came with a pack for Sleepy Hollow from Glendon Place, which is on my list of things that I really, 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 really want to stitch. So I have the pattern, and then the beads, and then that thing of silk. So one of these days I'm going to fully kit it up and work on it. But that's the only silk I have in my stash.
One of these days has to happen before you have the baby, because then there will be no time.
Well, then I might have to buy just a great big old piece of Haunted and some DMC before Mania starts, right? Maybe that'll be one of those.
Oh, is that it for your whips?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, I only have 2 whips this week. So I did work on my A Year at Hawkrun Hollow. Mm-hmm. This is my April block.
Yes, I love that one with those little umbrellas and the little
bud. Yeah, so cute. I'm still kind of trying to decide if the umbrellas are going to be, if that one umbrella is going to be red, because, I ended up picking some reds.
Right.
The house, I think I'm going to do in more of the orangey colors, but it would be cute to have that red over there, because they look very nicely.
It'd be a good way to just tie it into every block.
Okay, let's see if I can get this a little more manageable here. So this is my block.
Oh, wow.
Now there we go. Good light. That is the back side, or the side of the house. Mm-hmm. It's not the front part that you see along. So it's the darker part. And I did get all of that gray in for it. I don't even think that I realized there was gray on that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there is.
So it's this side.
Uh-huh.
It's even the darker side.
Huh.
But it's really cute. I mean, you can see it in there, but I just thought I would, I kind of got in a rhythm on those windows.
Right.
And thought, I'm just going to put them all in. That's just going to be it. And I did put the little brown bunny in.
Oh, he's cute.
I'm trying to ration the brown bunnies out so that I get to do
just one each week.
Yeah. Oh, and that was in my Lovey-More Studio Co bag, as Michelle Bendy would say. And my only other whip this week is my 10 and 20. And I spun my 2017 Linen and Threads Mystery Sampler Stitch Along. And this is where I started.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really pushing last night. Keisha was keeping me company and helping me really move along here.
And Laura's like, why are you still awake? Isn't this late for you?
So there's what I got done.
Wow.
And because I finally finished, I was working last night on these little things.
Mm-hmm.
And when I signed off with you, I had these two to go. And I finished and I thought I could put in the pink one. So there's a little bit of it there, a full one in the middle, and then a little more at the side.
Nice. That's a lot of good progress.
Yep. And thank you. Thank you. And Katie and Keisha helped me figure out that what I should do is use my colors from the top flowers. I'm not going to use this yellow, but there are 5 colors there. And if I do 1 through 5, I'll be able to do flowers all the way across with that.
Right.
So that pink was my number 1. And then they're up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So the down one is more, this one's more like an iris, I feel like. And then the up ones are more like, I don't know. They look poinsettia, like poinsettia leaves.
Okay.
So, but that's, whatever. But look at this. When I fold my fabric in half, when it meets up down there at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be on the halfway point on the next band.
Nice.
You see that? I've already stitched a border for it.
That's exciting.
That is exciting.
At least you want to start this year's.
Well, yes. And I mean, this is May that I'm finishing up. And then the next one is the bees, which I'm really excited about.
Right.
So
awesome.
Anyway, those are my whips. What are you thinking for plans for this next week?
Well, as viewers may know, the couple of weeks I've been going rogue and haven't been spinning my wheel. And I think I might continue that because I'd really like to finish this freebie. And then I need to figure out that issue with my Hawk Run Hollow just to see if I can get it kind of fixed up. And I've been having a lot of fun stitching on that. Now that I have all of the colors that I need, don't have to skip around. So, I might just do that. I might work on finishing this freebie, which I might be able to finish today or tomorrow. And then maybe go back to Hawk Run Hollow, or maybe I start another freebie. I don't know what's happening over here. I'm in a weird stitching mood.
So my big plan has been to get through this 10 and 20, and I am down to these 4.
Yes.
And Keisha and I will talk in a minute about Mania, but because I want to do something, I've decided that outside of Hawk Run Hollow days, there are 16 days left, including today, that I can work on projects. And oh my gosh, I'm so distracted right now. My front window is open and somebody has a fire lit. And I actually think maybe they're even out there starting to barbecue, and the smell is really just making me nuts.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I woke up this morning. My husband works overnight. And so I get up this morning and I hear noise in the kitchen and I go in there, and Timothy has like this whole plan for an Easter dinner tonight. And he's making a banana pie. And I'm like, oh, I can't have banana pie for breakfast.
That's exciting. But yeah, that's my squirrel moment today I'm smelling it through the front window. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to spin what I was trying to tell you guys is that I'm going to spin every 4 days because I should be able to work like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the first project, and then I'll work Hawk Run Hollow. So then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday on the next one. And then I'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And that week will be when our Show Me retreat is. So I will be doing a lot of live, we're still working it all out, but like live videos and chats. So we'll see if I can work on one of my projects during that. But after that, it would leave me Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday again to do the 4th project. So the one that I think that would be really hard for me to work on during retreat is a very fine sampler.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really hoping that comes up today.
Yes. All right, we'll cross our fingers for you.
I like all four, so here goes. Oh, Cancer.
But that's a good one.
Yes, that's my Satsuma Street. I mean, I can't be sad about any of these. I really like them. So, and maybe that one probably has the least amount stitched on it. So, maybe it's good that I'm going to have 4 very focused days to be able to get a lot in.
Well, and you'll be able to because Satsuma Street does a lot of things with big blocks of color, so that might be just a good one.
I think so. This one is really interesting because it changes maybe way more than I think it would have.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was going to see if I could find a picture real quick. I'm sure that I have a start post. Actually, it'd probably be easier to just look it up, huh?
Right. And that's going to be a lot of happy colors.
It is. It's on dark fabric. But mine is actually a navy, which seems to be a little better. Man, I can tell that it got darker, that the sun went in.
Oh, really?
Yes, because things in your room are not as bright.
Right.
Well, I'm always in.
This room is the weirdest room because right now I don't have any lights on at all in this room, and the blinds are closed because I've noticed in the past few times if I have the window open or any lights on, it just washes everything out and you can't see what color things are. So, but I mean, I feel like it's really dark and like I need a light in this room, but looking at the screen, I can tell that you can still see me fine. So it's strange.
That's what it looks. Oh,
it went away.
Oh,
technology.
It was a pop-up. That's what it looks like on black. And it's been fun. I started in the center, so I'm working my way out because really I like to work from the bottom up.
Right.
So, but there are a lot of like little stitches in the water.
Oh,
miss. And so anyway, so Mania, what are you thinking? Because we talked about this last night.
We did. Well, I'd like to do a couple of new starts, and I still haven't really decided what ones I'm going to start on. You had mentioned that you have some Satsuma Street ones that you would like to start. So I might pick. I have a few Satsuma Street patterns that I don't have kitted up that I may go ahead and see about kitting those up and starting a Satsuma Street with you. And then maybe you have talked me into doing the Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place. I don't know. I'll have to think about this one because that one's massive. So I'm going to do a couple of new starts, and then I might just rotate through some of my whips, like give some of my favorite whips like a couple of days and work on those. So I don't have any solid plans yet. I'll work on doing that, and maybe we can have, one of our upcoming videos can be our solid plans for Mania.
Oh, that would be good. Okay, so I am going to stitch some things off of my device. So you can see that
I floral fader head.
Yes, it's a
my floral Death Star.
It's a freebie.
Oh my goodness! We're gonna have to get together, and you're gonna have to tell me where to get that because that seems like a good companion to my floral Death Star.
And I showed it to Brendan, and I said, would you like that? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
The floral, he's like, yeah. So, but I have Forest up here from Satsuma and Primavera, which I really love. And I keep doing that. And it is springtime, so, that would be good. And then the other one in the fall pack was this Autumn Bird.
Oh, yeah, I really like that one.
Okay, there. Yeah. Ooh, I figured this out. I can get really close. And I mean, there were some, I have a few of the freebies on here. I don't know if you can see it. It is, I have to see where it is. The drawn thread. Can you see that yet?
It's a little bit blurry.
If I back up a little?
It's still a little blurry. I can tell that it's probably a bird.
Yeah, it says be well. I don't know if I can get, let me tap it. You know how I like to tap the things.
Mm-hmm.
There, maybe that's better.
Oh yeah, that's better. Oh, that's cute.
So it's real sweet, and it's just the be well, and I like it. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what color my bird will be. And I know those flowers are purple, but depending on what color I make my bird, it may change. And I have
Okay.
a few of them on here. So that's part of my on a device thing, because my idea is to do my Mania by stitching things that are on my
Mm-hmm.
devices, because I keep adding to it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find where I have it on here. I keep adding to it, and I haven't started any of them. So what good does it do me to have them? Oh yeah. Okay. So the big one that I want to start is Jane Marshall 1857, a fundraiser for 2 brigades of the New South Wales Rural Fire Service.
Oh yes, you've been talking about this one since you got it. This is before you got it.
Yeah, I love this one.
Yes.
Very, very pretty. And I have a few more things on here. Come on. You know how fun this is for me, right? To go through this all.
Well, while you're
Um,
going through that, I found a new Be Well and Stitch freebie. It's probably not one that's new to a lot of the viewers. I just haven't been paying that much attention.
is
But
it
the
the one we talked about?
well, no, it's you
Oh,
can share that one. But the Blue Flower came out with one.
ooh,
Isn't that gorgeous? It says "Let
that's
joy be
wonderful.
unconfined."
Oh, I love that.
I love it, and it's charted in dinky dyes, so maybe I splurge because I really really like this one. I saw it for the first time last night, and I was like, oh, I need that one.
Okay, so the other one that Keisha and I were talking about is Barbara Anna has done two, and the
Mm,
first one is the key,
yes, look at
which
that bird
is
in a dress.
fun.
I love
Those
that.
colors
Yes.
that would
And
go on your fabric too.
yeah, I was gonna say if you haven't used your Celeste yet, that looks like it'd be perfect for that.
And then the one that really made me stop and go, okay, I might really seriously have to do these is Light. Look at that fox.
Yes, I love that one.
And do you see the key is hanging at the top?
Uh-huh.
So it makes me wonder, is she going to keep going? Are we going to see things grow with that?
And it has teeny tiny houses on it, Laura, so you could stitch those teeny tiny houses.
They probably have what, like 9 stitches? No, yeah, they're bigger than that,
Are
but
they deceptively larger?
yeah, a little bigger than that. And the other thing I was thinking about this after we talked, and I got to figure out which device this is on. I hate trying to find things on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I have Pocket Mags, which lets me keep some magazine things on here, and it may actually be on my iPad, so I'm gonna look real quick. But I have one on there that I downloaded. Yeah, maybe it is. And it's one I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm sure you will have something that you can pull out of your stash if you want to do the same designer as me. Now I have you really perplexed, right?
Oh, I do. I have too big of a variety, and you have too big of a variety that I have no idea what you're talking about.
But the funny thing is, where do they overlap? Because that's not a very big.
They don't. It's not really a Venn diagram so much as it's just like random splotches.
Okay, let me see this. I found it. I'm just going to get to the page that it's really on. Oh my gosh, except speaking of Cindy Rush.
Oh gosh, look at that.
The flamingo.
You know, it would be fun if we coordinated a Mania where we both either worked on the same designer or like a similar type of design at the same time. That could be fun.
So, I'm going to let you just say who this is because you will know.
Okay.
Ready?
Uh-huh. Oh, yep. I have plenty of Stitch Rovia things that I could be working on.
And this one, the funny thing is that it cuts off like that top corner of the pillow.
Yeah.
But I mean, I set this up and bought the magazine online so that I could have it.
Oh, how pretty is that?
I think the magazine was already like off the shelves and so I couldn't get it. But I just loved this. And I mean, it kind of goes with the one that you just showed from Blue Flower.
Yes, it does.
So I don't believe that I have yellow fabric in my stash. So I may be playing with color a little bit. I like the colors she's chosen, but like I have lots of pinks, really pretty pinks, and of course some purples.
Right. Well, yeah.
Me.
Right. I think that the yellows in that would look really good on a purple.
Yeah. And maybe what I would do is change the lettering, if I would quit doing that, change the lettering to greens.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I'm purple to do that, and then they may be more grays, but to change that, and then it would change the leaves as well. And on like a pink or a purple, probably more like a purple.
Yeah.
Maybe the one that Doug from Acctgforstitches.
Ooh.
Maybe the one that he dyed for me. Ooh, that would be really pretty.
Yes. Look at us. We're just kidding it up on the video.
And I've just been waiting to do.
Right. Oh, that would be so pretty.
And I cannot just hold that and wait like I do so often. Oh, I have to wait until I have the perfect thing. That just can't be a thing. So, can I tell you about the other crazy thing?
Yes, I'd love to hear about another crazy thing.
Okay. So we have, because you know her now from online. I have a friend, Deanna, who I've known for years, who stitched this ornament several years ago. And I have teased her mercilessly since then about the idea that she should have made it for me. And, you know, she gave it to one of her other friends, who I think is also named Laura. So that's kind of funny. But I'm going to show you this page. Can you guess which one I would want to have stitched for me?
Well, probably that reindeer.
Oh, it's not.
It's not the reindeer.
Let me move in.
Is it the joy one?
Oh, yeah.
That one's cute. I just saw the reindeer threw me off because I'm like, Laura and reindeers.
It is on purple, too. And that when I opened this up, I thought, I need to stitch that reindeer. But this joy, I mean, that is a crazy thing. So
yeah, it's fun.
It's on white fabric.
Huh.
And you stitch all of that.
Wow.
Deanna says she's still traumatized after all these years. But in going through here, I also found a little start and another little start on a couple of the ornaments from this book. So I am going to stitch a few things out of here, and who knows, maybe they'll come out for Mania. But I went into my stash and I found all but one color I needed for that joy ornament.
Oh, really? Wow.
And I just chose the color next to it. So it's a yellow. It'll be fine. Right. You don't use it a whole lot. So
That's fun.
The other thing that I've been doing since I've been staying in, well, and I've been riding the bus delivering meals to kids in our school district, but we are moving into phase 2 now, which means that we are no longer going to be, they're not having the paras ride the bus anymore. The buses will be manned by a bus driver and either a bus aide or another bus driver. And they'll go out and do the route for the people who cannot get out of their homes. More of our special ed people. And just, I mean, we had a family along the way where it was mom at home with her 3 youngest children plus their baby.
Oh, wow.
So not an easy thing for her to get out and walk, up and over the hill and down and around to go.
Right.
And everything else will be distributed at various schools throughout the district. So I will be home.
Right.
And I will be watching more Flosstube because I've really enjoyed it. But I'm also going to spend a little bit of the time that I'm gaining back from that in the mornings. I'm going to I'm going to sit and read my book, because between sewing and my cross stitch stuff, I had to give up on something, and it was basically my reading.
Right.
And I have a book I'm really enjoying.
Oh,
I think
cool.
you have it. Truly Devious.
Oh, yeah, I have that one. I haven't started it yet, though.
Well, I'm not very far in it. You could catch up if you wanted.
Okay.
I'm going to try and read every day for about an hour.
Oh, wow. That's a good goal. Yeah, I need to start doing something like that, too, because now I'm working from home. And they cut our hours from being 40 hours a week to 30. So I have a little bit of extra time, and most of that extra time I've been using to go to doctor's appointments, but I actually don't have any doctor's appointments for the next couple of weeks. So maybe I'll use some of that time to read. So
I miss it. I mean, a few years ago, I read over 100 books in the year.
Oh, wow.
I haven't, and I did it easily, and I think the year before that I had read like 80. And last year, I believe I read 12, and that was a struggle.
Yeah, I'm a slow reader, so even thinking about 80 books, like even if I read all the time, I don't think I'd get that far. They'd have to be
audiobooks, Keisha, audiobooks.
I used to listen to audiobooks. It used to be part of my morning routine, is that I would get up, I'd stitch for about a half hour before I went to work, and I'd listen to an audiobook whenever I did that. But then, a person started growing inside of me, and I decided that sleep was more important than that morning time.
Oh, I have been watching Flosstube though, and our friend Chris Ann. Hi, Chris Ann.
Chris Ann, such a long time, Chris Ann.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Say it again. I talked right over you.
Oh, it's been such a long time, Chris Ann. I kind of miss you. I miss all of our stitching friends. It's been too long.
Yes. But I think Chris Ann and Julie told me about watching Brenda and the Cereal Starter.
Oh.
And I watched them. Well, first of all, the Cereal Starter's name is Laura.
Well.
I feel a kinship right away, right? They love to stitch samplers, lots and lots and lots of samplers.
Cool.
They travel to a lot of retreats, and they're just fun to watch. The first few episodes are down in Brenda's craft room, and you get very distracted looking at all the eye candy in the room. So, and then they move up to her someplace in one of her living rooms or a sitting room, and she has like all of these samplers on the wall behind her. Really cool. And they are so funny. For me, it's more about listening to them, and they have rules about cross stitch, much like we do,
Oh, yes. Very arbitrary that we break all the time.
But their camaraderie is so amazing, and they go through parts of their stash. Like the last one that I saw was Blackbird Designs, and they just go through and whip out all the patterns that they have that they both have from a specific designer.
Oh, fun.
It's fun to watch the different things. They really like the Scarlet House. They've collected most of those designs. And I mean, they love the samplers, but then too, they do some smaller things. And I'm like, well, that's really cute. That's more my speed usually, but you know.
Mhm.
And then also, our friends have started
Our
Flosstube.
Yes.
Have you watched it?
I haven't gotten a chance to. I need to though, because I miss those ladies too.
Okay, and I'm going to get their name right. I believe that it is Stitching with Friends.
Yeah, I think so too.
But
And
I
that's
just
our friends Athena, Lisa,
Laura
Laura,
and
and
Holly.
Shirley. Yeah.
Yeah, it is Stitching with Friends. And the funny thing that happened for them is that in the last video, they put on here. Oh, I was going to see if maybe I could get it to freeze on their opening screen. Oh, I can't. I won't be able to get it. But it's called Market Hall. And then in the notes at the top of the video it says video is only 36 minutes long. Well, you will look at it and see that it's like an hour and 12 minutes. It's because they made their 36-minute video and they put up the end credits and nobody ever turned off the camera, so it filmed for all this extra time. They were laughing about it. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
But the four of them, it'll be so much fun to see them all together in one space.
Yeah. Well, and if our viewers have heard us talk about the Blue Springs ladies, these are the Blue Springs ladies.
Yes. And Holly lives over in Kansas, but the other three, yep. I think Lisa is the one who said they look like the Brady Bunch because your screen is split into 4 places.
Right.
And they've only had 2 videos so far. They're working it out, figuring it all out, and they have a massive amount of haul, and they're kind of eclectic in what they stitch.
Yeah, they really are. And they stitch a lot of more modern type designs too. A few of them really kind of tend toward that. And they stitch interesting designers that you don't really see a whole lot on Flosstube too.
Yes, I think you get a good variety.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to figure out who else I watched. Stop, be quiet, phone. Yeah, don't you love when I talk to my phone? Stop.
It's okay. You have to abuse the technology every once in a while to let it know who's boss.
That's it. I have continued to watch the Sister Stitchers as well, and I'm just really enjoying their weekly check-in.
Yeah.
And they're so cute. You and I may have to do what they're doing and see, what happens. They are really staying home and honoring the stay-at-home that's in effect. However, one sister needed floss and the other sister needed wine. So they took each other supplies. So like they were talking about that one of them went to the other's house and sat in the driveway and called the sister and sat and talked for like 30 minutes or so, and then got out of the car and went to the porch and dropped off the wine and picked up her floss and she went home.
Fun.
Yeah, so that cracks me up. And I caught up with our friend Michelle, and I love to watch Michelle. I haven't watched yesterday's yet.
Right.
So go ahead.
Oh, I'm just thinking about Michelle. I fangirl really hard, and she's one of my friends, so I fangirl even harder. I just love Michelle.
Yes. And I just admire that she's going out there, she's in a hospital, she's doing her thing. She talked about that she feels like she can't get settled in a project, that she's just so distracted because of all of this.
Right.
Which I kind of get.
Yeah.
So, and then the other people that I watch pretty regularly are the Sunshine Stitchers.
Right.
And they're just crazy. you need to just watch some people be happy, get on and watch them because, yeah, they're pretty happy. So,
it's always good. You need a little bit of that.
yes. Oh, and I told you, and I should probably say, although ours probably won't be up in time, that Gary and Vanna are going to do a live Stitch-a-thon on Fiber Talk today. It started at 12 Eastern, and I don't know how long it's going to go, but it's going to go for a while. So,
that's fun.
Yeah. I don't have anything else. How about you?
Nope, nothing else to report today.
So thank you guys for watching.
Yes, thank you, and stay safe out there.
Yes. So, and come back for more craziness because we'll have it together.
I mean, I'm sure the craziness will happen. As you can tell, we're a little extra rambly because Laura and I have not been seeing each other every week like we usually do.
Yes. And chatting, chatting is not the same.
Right.
So, anyway, that's probably it for this week because this has gotten really long.
Yeah, and we started like, oh, we don't really have anything to talk about this week. It's always the way with us.
Yes. So I think that's it for this week. And we just need to say bye.
Have a good week.